Hey, collective, y'all get in here. I have channeled so many messages just from yesterday to today, and I was just trying to organize it all in my head because these messages are super, super big. And as much as they feel unnatural, they feel natural to me. I'm hearing you've been a time traveler for a very long time. You have been a time traveler for a long, long time. Each picture on about three of these cards are different landscapes, different portals that you have time traveled through. So the number three may be significant to some of you. The number 27 is coming up, so I feel like that's a date, and the number 49. And I promise you, these nothing was falling in my hair before I turned this camera on. Um, yeah, your time traveling has giving you the greatest ventures of your life. You have been kings, queens, princesses. You have ran kingdoms. You've transitioned more than many times, but your circumstances really never changes. Like, even though you might be in a timeline now where you kind of feel powerless, you are so powerful. It's like an intervention. You have an intervention with self, which is soul, about what you're supposed to do in each and every timeline that you've ever been in. But you always seem to get all your downloads because your spirit travels far and wide for you. Your spirit travels far and wide for you to recollect, because I was going to say recollect, each and every powerful moment that you've ever lived in. This person who I'm speaking about is directly connected to an ego. And if we know anything about egos, I am the sorcerer of the universe. I think that was like a He-Man deal. However, if you know of anything about the egos, and I believe hawks and dragons, they're like your animal connection, like for your powers, for your resources. They're resourceful. They get you all your information. They remind you of all your timelines. They bring you back all this information about you um, through your spirit, because your spirit travels and is always going to be connected to your very first cycle in life. And your very first cycle in life is you could have either been the ego or you tame the ego. And what I'm feeling from this is you're the person who tamed the ego. Like, you made the ego your eyes, your vision, your message deliverer. You got the King of Swords, which tells me you've always known how to really stay in control of your vision and where you want it to be led in life. And you've always guided other people. I think that maybe one or two timelines you dropped the ball and you were more with Dark Nights of the Soul than you are in your present purpose, which is with the light beings, which also gave you a record or an unlimited amount of power, because once you have that relationship between both worlds, you're able to create a diversion between the two, and you're able to calm both spirits down and have them interact correctly with each other. Yes, correctly with each other, so that you're not going against each other in a time of need. I think you have the correct amount of insight, the correct amount of balance through every life that you've ever endured. And when I say endured, it's because there is a lot of love cards out on the table right now. We have the Two of Cups. The Ten of Pentacles is also displaying love, a couple in love. And I'm going to grab these, but it's kind of windy and I don't want them to blow away. Like, literally. You've always kept your contendants, your purpose, your possible, your wives, um, husbands, your partners, in, just in awe of you. You've always given people exactly what they needed from you. You've always been the center of attention, and you've always brought about the light and the dark. But you were able to teach both ways, and I feel like, because of your insight and how balanced you were between the two worlds, you've seen everything, so you know everything, and you're not going to illuminate dark over light, but you're definitely a voice of reason when it comes to educating people about, what can happen within the timelines because, of human nature. You're innately going to test something, you're innately going to try something, you're innately going to be taught something, whether it was right or wrong. So I know the other day I was speaking about something being inverted, and a lot of things are inverted. Like for you out there, and this just came to me, who believe that you will never see the hands of riches, of gold, of wealth, you're definitely not going to see it in the timeline that you're envisioning it about because you don't believe that it's true. If you go inward, because everything is inverted, and recall the timelines of when you did have and seen and touched this type of riches, then you can, you know, um, manifest, pull that same energy back towards you. But anything lower level spirited, low level energy, disbelief, any of those things, negative connotations, how you speak to yourself, how you speak to others, how you feel, if you're not intact with self, you're not going to be able to just come across these things so easily. You might get lucky here and now and again, but it's not stability. It's not stable. It's just some days when you're in your higher self, you create that whole. Because of this rainbow here is what I'm saying. Like your love life, all of these things work together. If you believe health is wealth, wealth is health, then you're going to be very healthy. If your love language is and happiness is tied to relationships, then you're creating that diversity in that relationship. And depending if you're with the right partner or not, hey, it's a bird. If depending on if you're with the right partner or not, you guys are either going to create an influx of things happening around you that is inadvertently positive experiences, or you're going to create the other side of it where it's a negative experience, and then you're going to somehow feel like you're not worthy to be loved correctly or in the right way. But judging from this 10 of Pentacles, this specific energy, the number 49 was on the table somewhere. So you could be, I'm 49 years young right now. So and it reduces down to the number 13. So I believe they're both significant. The 13th will come up again on June. So it could be 13 weeks or 13 days. Somebody could be turning 49, or they just turned 49 on the 13th of May. However, the Ten of Pentacles is coming out in a very loving manner right here. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you got the Four of Wands, which consists of 1111 to me, depending on if you see the Four of Rods or a different type of card. But you have the Four of Wands. So somebody is definitely going to receive a wish fulfillment. And this increase of wealth and income is coming through. There it is. Okay, I'm like, where is this 49 coming from? So you see the number 49 there. I'm going to read this card because I know it's significant. It's called the Rabbit Spirit, which reminds me of the hares. So, we bear we bear life, we bear life. So we have to give life to things that gives life, and then those things also turn around and give life again. So life to us, lifeless. But cherish every happy moment. They are the soul's food and the light of your journey. So, what they're saying here is no matter what the cost is, once you give life, once you give life to whatever universe, whatever timeline that you're on, you're going to experience a type of balance. You're going to experience some type of insight. You're going to experience some type of dark nights of the soul. But all of these things are to teach you of what's to come. Also, a parrot could be significant because you do have the parrot spirit on you. And I was just saying, watch how you talk. And this card is saying, watch your words. Let your words be kind and your actions honest. Integrity is your greatest power. So you know who you are. I'm picking up on the name Heather, Elizabeth, and Connie. You know who you are. Somebody might be experiencing, I got the card rotten tooth right now. Somebody might need to see a dentist. You know, they might actually physically have teeth, or this could be connected to someone with their words. Like you want to control how you speak to yourself and about yourself, regardless to what you're hearing about yourself from other people. The smile is intact, the pain is private, the decay is structural and inevitable. Meaning someone could be attacking you. Someone could be, embarrassed even about their teeth. Someone may actually need to physically see a dentist because they do have a tooth decaying in their mouth. But for the most part, this stands out to me to be significant as watch what you say and watch who you say it to and who you're talking about, because there's going to come a time where you mirror those words back to you and you do not want that occurrence to be happening. You also got the water lily, and I'm going to say this really has more to do. Before I even have to read the card, I could tell you that this really has everything to do with that abundance, that 10 of Pentacles that's coming in, that you're going to be seen and recognized publicly. You are that person. You are the person that people are enamored with. Though you are the person that people are mesmerized about. You are the person who people look forward to seeing. So you could be, in the actor field. You could be an actor, actress. You have some type of stage presence. I feel like you're definitely a community person, and there's a lot of guidelines, and there's more to this reading because I pulled cards from a whole nother deck yesterday that's saying I got to pull those out now. But water lilies bloom from the mud, which means you like a phoenix rise, and you rise pure. Ooh, excuse me. Somebody might have some type of. I don't burp, but that was confirmation, I guess. Um, you bloom from the mud, rise pure even in hardship. You stay beautiful and you shine uniquely, which means there's a person, out there that's been through hell and high water with people. They've been beat down in love and life and in every forms of relationships, because I don't think people, and I guess I'm supposed to hit on that, realize that our relationships are deemed in every way, meaning that your love life, if it's jacked up, you probably don't have a good relationship with your family because they didn't have healthy relationships. Probably won't have good relationships with your friends because they don't have good relationships, because usually we walk around and we are inspired and we go and find people who are like-minded, but we also find people who are like-spirited. So, and when I say this, I mean it like this: a lot of drunk people, people who drink a lot or and don't want to be told that they drink a lot, are not going to hang around with a lot of people who don't drink like that, because they don't want to be held accountable in that very moment about what they do and how much their consumption is. Anyway, this is trying to blow away. Hold on. I didn't bring very much outside. I got to get to these other cards. I'm sorry if this is a long one, but it is a long one because a lot came out for you guys yesterday, and I could not put it into words yesterday. I felt like I was very much so muted until your universe and your ancestors, your loved one, and your spirit guides came through to let me know. Is this about me? Is this about who is this about? And yeah, I'm listening to the song playing right now in my head. It's "I'm Every Woman," which means even if this message pertains to me, I'm everybody. We're all one. We don't know that, but we are all one. We all are connected in one way or the other. I'm supposed to show this in the camera right now. I got my citrine orb. And I got this one too, citrine. Very significant in this oracle reading because citrine brings about that financial abundance, that windfall. And I know I've been talking about the windfall. Okay, so I got Capricorn, the number 10, the number 23, and fire. Fire. So this was what I was talking about earlier. Like as you travel through this lifetime, you've been both a fairy and a devil. You know, you've had both energies, and I call it yin and yang because you learned how to balance both things. Also, Capricorns are very good business venturers, and they're money capturers. You know, they're abundance. They build off of, you know, having lots of it. So just know that this is coming out for a reason next to that 10 of Pentacles, is because you may not be a physical Capricorn, but you're in your Capricorn era. You could be a fire sign, you could be Aries, you could be Sagittarius. What's the other one for fire sign? Oh my God, Leo. Also, you could actually be in a Capricorn, have a Capricorn rising. However, this specific message is about going into that business sense and being in the spotlight. And also, it's about being able to balance both of these, because you're going to have to utilize both in certain situations. In business situations, they do not need you being the fairy. They do not need you being unorganized and just yes, yes, yes to everything. They need you to bring out the Capricorn in you and have their business mind sense and make sure you're dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and listening to what's being spoken to you so that you come out abundantly on great on the on the odd side, on the opposite side. Something I'm hearing, something was crowded my words right there. Um, Somebody from Lemuria may be missing home. You know, I think I woke up really heavily emotional this morning, and I feel like, you know, this card right here is a message from your star ancestors from Lemuria. They're just letting you know that nothing hidden, no hidden secret is lost wisdom. Look a little deeper, and all paths lead to home. So if you're living in your purpose and you're doing exactly what you want to, and I know you're heavily, like I said, I was heavily emotional this morning. Like I miss home, but I'm at home, right? You see what I'm saying? I'm at home, but this isn't my home. So someone knows, you know, sometimes our soul is driven and it causes and I was going to say earthquake, but it does cause, oh God, an influx of emotions when when you feel like your time here has been long and grieving and hopeful. But somebody also yesterday was able to reconnect with a past love. Like you guys found each other through the internet, and as heavy as it sounds, I think you both knew who you both were in an instance, and that is what's taking you aback and making you feel like you need to access home again. That felt like home for you, but you have all paths lead to home. A triangle may be significant, and I'm going to say the reason why that triangle is there is because you have 3 points. 3 points that you have to do. You know, you have things that you have to conquer while you're here. Your purpose is to make sure that, you know, we teach, we learn, we absorb, but we also teach. We teach. We open up the abilities in other people. And why I'm saying that, the next one is your star ancestors. Like I said, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. They're giving you the hidden knowledge. They're giving you the hidden knowledge. So look very close. Because every time I see the Sphinx or Egypt or anything that's in these cards, I know that it's heavily connected to you. But I also see a phoenix rising. I see, you know, the sky goddess. I see oh my gosh, there's so many things inside of this one thing. But your star family is sending you the information through a very satellite image, through your dreams. Your dreams are portals, your eyes are portals. You know, everything that you don't think is a portal is actually a portal. They want you to trust the timing about when you're hearing things or even when things happen, because they need things to happen in a sequence of where you feel like you're on the path leading yourself the right way, because everything is going to align perfectly for you as you see ultraviolet blues, as you hear, because some of you guys can actually feel ultraviolet noise, and some of you create these things, and it's not an illusion. It's just that, you know, Earth being within a dome sometimes don't reflect the kind of light that you need right away. So some of you guys live in areas where It's going to be a passover or a pass through. You'll see your ultraviolet rays. You'll see this beautiful set come through for you, and that's your message. And some of you guys are currently wearing purples, maroons, blues, your ultravioletness. You know who you are, so you live within that factor, and a lot of your favorite colors are going to be those colors. So you have your blue, you have your royal blue, you have your sky blue, you have your purples, the lavender color, because I'll never get that right. You have your royal purples. Yeah, anyway, so your star family is letting you know that no matter what, don't give up. You can always call on them. You calling them now. They take on those forms. They are your ancestors. They are your spirit guides. They are your loved ones. You know, they're your light beings, your star seeds, your chosen ones. Call on your chosen ones in the physical if you truly need to reach out to them. They will know you as who you are and who you say you are. Everybody's name may seem similar and indirect to each other, but I can guarantee you everybody's gifts and purposes are aligned with each other, and they know how to give you a particular set of information that they have that you know, but you don't know it until you conversate with them. So yeah, pay attention to, reach out to your star family, reach out to chosen ones. Sometimes you can get this done by doing a reading, and all of a sudden you both interconnect, and it doesn't matter if you have the same gifts. I don't read myself. I go to a person who reads me. I get readings from a lot of people here on. I resonate with a lot of people on the social media platforms. All right, so Hireth, Hiraeth. Again, this is the longing for home, homesick for the stars. They feel that you're home. That they know that you're wanting to connect in that way. So I'm going to recommend meditation, because I feel like you know it's, it's been it's been a lot for someone. It's been a lot, and I honestly think this is the person that's had to really come through and heal so that they can heal other people. It's saying deep cellular healing, which means your heart, you know, you're more likely the person who wanted to go on this venture because you did not feel at the time home wasn't home for you. Home wasn't giving you the thing that you need. You were absolutely certain that you needed to get away from home in order to explore different universes, different portals, different areas, different timelines, and you chose that path. Um, there was never going to be a time where you were not going to miss home. You didn't say that you didn't love your life. You just felt like it was the only thing you had going. This is a person who knows all too well about having servants. This is a person who knows all too well about being royalty. Yeah, you chose to come here. You chose to experience what it would be like to live a different form of life where you are the worker and you don't have the workers. So yeah, I could resonate with that. Um, so your cosmic ancestors, the seed of light, are asking you to ground, to meditate, to be vigilant, because they know that you're returning, and be hopeful. They don't have an estimated amount of time because some of you guys were returned here because you never served your purpose the first time. So you've been through some cycles. You're not completing or ending cycles. You keep repeating them, and you want to stop that because that contract just starts all over again. Yeah, new life, new levels, new devils, as they like to say. Well, don't end them cycles, and you're gonna repeat them cycles, and you're gonna go back through it again until you get the message, until you've heard, until you learn the lesson, I guess. Um, Someone definitely just recently has woken up to their gifts, being more powerful, more aligned, more stringent. They're hearing things, they're seeing things. It's awesome for them, but I think it's giving them a little bit of hysteria. So they want you to train your mind to cut off at certain times. Train your mind to calm down. It's okay. You don't have to Superman, that hoe is what I heard. That's so crazy. You don't have to chase after every venture, every message. You don't have to. It's gonna come. It's going to be shifted to your other chosen ones. Other people will take on these assignments also for you. You don't have to tackle them all by yourself. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a day. It's okay to take a month. You will not lose connection. You will not be cut off. Everyone fears this, and so they keep going and going and going and going until they're burnt out. Do not burn out. Do not burn yourself out. This could cause you to really go back into a place of anxiety because of the earth lower level energy and frequencies that exist here don't have the power ups that you need. And although we can send you the recipe, the concoctions, and all of that, it still is not going to give you the energy that you need. Some of you need to really synchronize with your crystals. Also, do not let people touch your sacred rings, jewelry, put their energy into it, or your tarot cards. I'm hearing, yeah, you're gonna have to have boundaries when it comes to that specific thing, because we believe that energy can be bestowed into these things that are of negative pretense. Destiny swappers always come and touch hair, touch rings, touch things that they shouldn't touch. Always cleans after being around people you are uncertain of. Yeah, um, definitely just question everything, and anything unaligned must go. Wow, that is literally the next card. Lifting the veil. Not only do they want you to remove the veil off of your eyes, but some of you guys need to start saying things to people right then and right there that you don't appreciate about what they're doing or saying, or however. Shut it down. That way you are not marinating on what someone said all day or all week or for the rest of the month. Point their behaviors, mirror their behavior back to them. And that's without being petty, somebody. Okay? Also, wow, shut up. You are not for everyone. So as soon as you see someone being weird or weird activity, face your true north. Face your true north. Because you are more powerful. Like I just said, don't be petty. Just walk away. Leave it be. Leave them be. Do not give them access. Cut it off. And we know who we are as people. We have that ability to want to save everybody. We have the patience to want to save everybody. The Hermit came out earlier, and again, I'm going to bring up the 27th because I feel like it's really close. So on the 27th, for a lot of you guys, you are going to experience a lavish, lavish, lavish moment that's going to send you off into a very lavish, lavish life of royalty. You're getting that 10 of Pentacles. You're getting that 9 of Pentacles. You are getting the Pentacles. You are the pinnacle. Yeah, and yeah, it's been a long time coming. I definitely want to end it here. I do hear, forge, don't follow. So you need to pave a new path because you are the leader. You are the leader that everyone wished they had. So lead. All right, I return your energy to you. I love you. I do see this right now for that that's coming across for you. This is what's coming. My Ten of Pentacles energy out there, May 27th. You will win big that day. All right, message is delivered, message is received. I am Butterfly Goddess. If you want to support my page, my Cash App is listed. I was trying to list my PayPal. Also, if you want to do a reading with me, the booking link is in the bio. I thank you guys. Butterfly Goddess, your spiritual goddess messenger. I hope this message finds exactly who it's supposed to find. And y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Right, let me cleanse this. Bye.